Hey everyone, it's Fun Around and my name is Jordan. Hope you're all doing well. This video will be for Wednesday's two-game slate. There was some news in the WNBA that I would like to go through that shook things up a little bit. Washington Mystics, they were playing around with the trade machine a little bit. They made two different trades. Nothing too significant. I would say Maisha Hives-Allen, she did average around 20 minutes for the Washington Mystics and played the forward position. I think the Mystics are starting to gear up to give Shakira Austin more minutes, which that showed in their game today after the trades. And same with Brittany Sykes. Shakira Austin played 25 minutes. She was averaging around 20 minutes, and she had 24 points and 9 rebounds. So someone to look out for, Shakira Austin. And then Brittany Sykes, one of their great players last year, still trying to get in the rhythm of things. Played 29 minutes, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. So she's starting to get back into the groove a little bit there. Definitely rebounds, assists, something to take a look at. Hopefully that stays a little bit low. So two players to keep an eye on for the Washington Mystics with those trades. And then probably the biggest news of the day was Gabby Williams, the French star, took France all the way to the gold medal game. She's a very good player. She'll be joining the Seattle Storm, who she played for previously. She comes back on August 26th. She was named the Olympics best defensive player. She was second team all defense in the WNBA in 2022, and she can score. She showed that in the Olympics. So volume's going to be moved around there in Seattle, but we'll see how that all shakes out when we get to it on August 26th. So let's jump into the picks. I have a few of them. You'll see images that come up on the screen. Those are from a data app called Outlier. The app works. There will be a link in the description that'll give you a 7-day free trial if you'd like to check it out. This first pick is going to be Elena Smith over 5.5 rebounds at -115. This was 6.5 last game versus Washington Mystic. So this has dropped down to where it normally has been. So she rebounded well in the Olympics. I'm still looking at Olympic stats because we're still kind of close to the Olympic break. She was getting 8 rebounds a game there in the Olympics. Had a couple double-digit rebound games against some pretty good teams. Would have gone over this line in the game against the USA with very good rebounders. So coming out of the break, she rebounded well, got 8 rebounds and 7 rebounds in back-to-back games versus Washington Mystics. She entered the break rebounding very well. So just taking a look at the data with her, she started out the season not rebounding well at all. So I like to just see how a player's progression has gone throughout the season. And I took a look at the first part of the season where she had played the Aces twice in the first part of the season. She went over once and she went under once. So those first 12 games, she went over 5.5 rebounds just 3 times. And that was around June 11th was that last game, that 12th game. But ever since June 11th, she has gone over, in 16 games, she has gone over 12 times at this 5.5 rebounds mark. So 75% hit rate in the last 16 games. Something switched for her, and she has just been just taking off with the rebounds. So don't like to look at, just the overall percentage, but, sometimes data can just tell a story. And if you can figure out that story, it can help you to see things. So taking a look at the matchup, the Aces over the past month of WNBA play, about 10 games for each team. The Aces are actually giving up the most rebounds to teams. Part of that has to do with their pace. They play a very fast pace. They're up and down, taking shots very quickly in the shot clock. So that does lead to a lot of rebounds if you're not hitting that. So I like the way she's rebounding, going into the break, during the break, and then coming out of the break. And just this 16-game stretch, doing very well. I like her to go over 5.5 rebounds. If you guys could, please like the video. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? If you would like to check out any of these sports books on the screen, I have links in the description. You can just click on the link and it'll give you the deposit promo right there. And that is for people in states where sports books are legal. So this second pick is going to be Jordan Canada of the Atlanta Dream over 6 6.5 assists at -136. She played just 6 games this season. She's still playing a lot of minutes for being someone who was injured and out. But her matchups have been just awful in these 6 games that she has played. You see she's gone over in a few of them and some very, very tough matchups. Played against Connecticut twice, who gave up the least amount of assists. The Liberty twice, second least assist. Seattle once, the third least assist. And then Chicago was a pretty good matchup, and she went over that. Now she goes up against the Mercury, who give up about the same as Chicago. They give up the third most assist. And the Atlanta Dream are coming off a pretty nice win against the Connecticut Sun, with Jordan Canada coming back and getting her teammates involved. I know she went under in that game, but Connecticut Sun obviously one of the toughest matchups, the toughest matchup for assist and scoring, but they did pretty well. So in this matchup against the Mercury, who give up a lot of points, a lot of assists, Outlier actually has a stat. This goes back into last season. 7 straight overs against bottom 5 defenses against assist. So looking for Jordan Canada to come out, spread the ball to her teammates, and get 7+ assists. And before I get in this last one, if you can't do sports books, you can just do pick-em-apps. I am partnered with a lot of them as well. They're up on the screen. Promo code FINAROUND11 will get you a $100 deposit match. There's links in the description for these. That'll take you there with the promo code. And Underdog just announced they're doing a up to $1,000 deposit match because the NFL season is nearing. So you can check that out if you would like to get away from Prizepicks and try something new with more options. So this last pick, got to go back to the well. A'ja Wilson, over 26.5 points. This is almost even money, -106. Going up against a very good defensive team in Minnesota, she has gone over in both games versus them with 29 and 28 points. And the crazy thing about this play and about this line is the hit rate is 69%, so near 70%. And they don't raise it. They don't change it. They keep it at 26.5. And I know it's a tough matchup, but she's still gone over against this team. She's just kind of matchup proof. But still, you get a 70% hit rate for almost even money. I feel like you just have to take that. And they're not moving it up. This will probably, that payout will probably be worse by morning. So with A'ja Wilson, it really comes down to the aces and how they're playing. They just moved back into 4th place. If the playoffs started now, they would be playing. They'd have home court advantage for 1 series. There's about a month left in the WNBA, so they really need to climb up those standings if they want to have home court advantage for at least 2 series. So now they have a matchup here against Minnesota, who are just above them in the standings. Minnesota, who's been a very tough team this year. If they go and they lose this game to the Minnesota Lynx, then they're going to have some worries that they're not what they were for the past couple seasons. So they really need to come out and make a statement. So the way you do that, you go to your MVP, A'ja Wilson, you give her the ball, and she's done it before, getting near 30 points against this team twice. I can see her having a big game again. There's no way that they just leave her out. She's definitely going to get close to this line, and hopefully an over for us. 70% hit rate. I love it. So if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. You can hop on in there. It's free. Conversations going on about more than WNBA. It's baseball, soccer, esports, everything. It's going on in there if you just want to check it out and see what other plays people are taking. And then as far as a recap goes, I had Sabrina Ionescu over 20.5 points. Later in the day, it was... news came out that she had a neck injury and she's questionable. And then right there before game time, they ruled her out. It's never good when you have a day of injury pop up. It kind of points to they're going to sit. So I hope you adjusted and went with Breanna Stewart because she crushed her lines. She would be the obvious choice to go to. Her line bumped up by about 3 points, but it didn't matter. So she went over, but Sabrina sat. Skylar Diggins-Smith over 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists. My prediction on her assist wasn't correct. She stayed at 5, but still the points helped get her over. I was talking about her volume and how it looks like it's gone up recently, and that volume was really high. She was very inefficient, but she got it done right near the end of the game, around like the 2-minute mark. She was able to go over this when it looked like she was going to go over easily after the first half, but she made it a sweat for us and it went over. And then talking about a sweat, Rakia Jackson over 12.5 points. She was sitting at 12 for the longest time, and I was like, oh no, she's not going to do it. She was taking a bunch of threes and just not hitting them. Her minutes were up, which was good. That was part of the read, was her minutes have gone up. Her volume went up, which was part of the read. But she got fouled right there at the end of the game with like 20 seconds left. She got the ball and she went for it. Down by like 10 points, and she got to the free throw line, knocked him down, went over. So that was a super sweat, but it was 2-0, 2-0 day, and hopefully we can go 3-0 for Wednesday with these 2 games. And something I have noticed, if you guys are still watching, my write-ups for these videos now, like one player takes up like half a page. Sometimes they'll take up an entire page. Whereas back during the NBA, like if I go back, Porzingis over points, 7 out of last 10. Pelicans give up 14th most points to centers. Clint Capella, 9 out of last 10 points plus assist, and it takes up like 2 or 3 lines. So it's just the progression of doing these videos, digging up this data. The write-ups are getting better, and hopefully that translates to better picks and more money for all of us. So I'm going to get this edited and get it out to you. God bless you all. It's a final round. My name is Jordan. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.